Perez is in trouble here as Esteban Ocon, next across the line, goes 6th fastest. Nicholas Latifi goes 5th fastest. Now Lando Norris needs to get out of that bottom 5, and he does, but only just for Lando Norris, and Sergio Perez is out of qualifying. Sebastian Vettel was trying to weave his way through, and that is 2 Hasses that have got in his way.
That was close, that was terrible.
That's a penalty coming Mazepin's way, of no consolation to Sebastian Vettel, who's down there in the bottom 5, out of qualifying on a fast lap, whilst others were trying to build a gap.
We're out, Checo.
Can't tell you. They were so slow with these guys on the pit lane.
A disappointing start to the weekend for him after a pretty tough weekend in Spa.
Nikita Mazepin is out of qualifying. That incident involving him and Sebastian Vettel is going to be investigated after the session. Schumacher's out as well.
Head down. Oh, and I was going to say he's very aggressive on the way in, and he was.
Too aggressive on the way in, and all the anticipation that was building in that Williams garage. George Russell is out of qualifying. If you're not pushing, you're not trying. And he was definitely trying, and he was definitely pushing.
He's on the limit. It's going to happen at some point. Do you know what I mean? You can't have a perfect qualifying session every race.
Oh, that's another Williams, and that is a bigger impact, and that's Nicholas Latifi very much out of qualifying, and that is another red flag.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
He's out of qualifying, as is Yuki Tsunoda, Lando Norris, Lance Stroll and George Russell, because the session will not be resumed.
We've seen with Max, when the car's a little bit twitchy, he is super fast, and I think we're going to see that right now.
No Dutch driver has ever started higher than 14th for a Dutch Grand Prix. Max Verstappen in the 1 minute 8 seconds, and that has delighted the Dutch crowd here. He was a couple of tenths up on both Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton through the first sector. He was 2 tenths up on Valtteri Bottas through the middle sector. He was a 10th up on this man, Lewis Hamilton, through the middle sector, pushing Max Verstappen and maybe pushing Mercedes to places they just can't go here, because Valtteri Bottas finishes 3 tenths behind Verstappen as we watch Hamilton coming off the banking, and the final corner. Is he the man that can deny Verstappen pole? Not on this evidence. He's 3 and a bit tenths off Verstappen, and he's behind his teammate Valtteri Bottas. Verstappen starts his final flying lap. Valtteri Bottas, Lewis Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo are the 3 that haven't started their flying lap as yet. Hamilton might get caught by Leclerc going through the final corner as Verstappen continues on his way and takes that high line around the banking at turn 3. A slingshot on the exit out towards turn 4, and a nice fast flowing S's section as we can watch Lewis Hamilton going around the banking. Leclerc finishes his lap, goes 4th fastest. Hamilton gets to the line with about 8 seconds to spare, so it's going to be right down to the last gasps for Verstappen to see if he's got pole here, and he's going to have to be waiting a long time for the Mercedes to cross the line. Checker flag is out as Pierre Gasly goes 4th fastest, retakes that position on the second row. That is a super performance from him. Ferrari 5th and 6th, Esteban Ocon goes 7th fastest. Verstappen's going quicker through that middle sector. Roar of approval from the fans as they see that one, and they rise to acclaim Max Verstappen here as Giovinazzi goes 7th fastest, and that's a super qualifying performance from him. Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton seem to be the only 2 that can deny Max Verstappen, who might yet go quicker than his provisional pole time. Guess what? He does. Verstappen's on pole here in Zandvoort. There's the Mercedes of Bottas and Hamilton who can try and deny him his first pole position in his home Grand Prix. Now on the banking we go with Valtteri Bottas, who knows what it's like in the junior formula to have success here, but at the moment Bottas can only make 2nd place on the grid. Can Hamilton deny Max Verstappen? The 2 championship protagonists battling in qualifying. Hamilton is alongside Max Verstappen on the front row for what will be the 6th time in 2021. But the celebrations here in Zandvoort for the home favourite, Max Verstappen. No one can deny him pole, and by 3/100ths of a second, he takes it over Hamilton.
That is pole position, mate. Pole position, home Grand Prix. Really proud of you, nice job.
Yes, guys, unbelievable. What a great car today. It was unbelievable. We're just flying. Thank you so much.
Sixth pole in the last 7 races for Max Verstappen, sharing the front row with Hamilton for the 6th time in 2021. Wow. We've seen them battling in lap 1, we've seen them coming together in lap 1. We don't know how this race is going to pan out. The teams don't know because we haven't been to Zandvoort for 36 years. What we do know is the 2 fastest drivers on the grid and the 2 best drivers on the grid are going to be starting alongside each other.